Do you want to create a workplace where your employees feel valued, motivated, and are productive? A positive workplace culture is the key. Stay with me as I share 10 proven tips to build and maintain a positive workplace culture that everyone will love. Number one, you're going to define your company values and mission. So clearly defining your missions provide a foundation for your workplace culture. You want to articulate and communicate your company's core values and ensure that these values are integrated into everyday business practices. People can read your mission, vision, and values on your company's website, maybe even on your internal company's portal, but that's not enough. You want to always talk about it during your all-employee meetings or when there is any sort of email that goes out or just anything, maybe a promotion or anything that you're doing as a company. These are great ways that you can share your company's vision and your values here. Number two, you want to lead by example. Leadership behavior sets the tone for the entire organization. You're going to demonstrate the values and behaviors you want to see in your team. You want to be transparent, accountable, and consistent in your actions. If you tell your employees that there's some sort of expectation of them, they're also going to want to see the same thing from you. We as a company will say we want transparency. Employees want to see transparency too. They want to hear from you, the company leaders, what's happening, what's going on up top. If they feel like they are the last to hear what's happening, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to want to go somewhere else where they're going to feel valued and included. So always remember, you want to lead by example, say what you mean what you say. Number 3, you're going to foster open communication. It sounds so easy. Open communication. Oh, I'm such a great communicator. Well, open communication builds trust and also improves collaboration. You want to encourage regular feedback in the open dialogue, and you want to implement channels even for anonymous feedback, yes, anonymous, to ensure that everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts. No one wants to work in a company where they feel like they cannot be honest. Think about it like when you're in a relationship. Can you speak to your partner about what's bothering you? Can you speak to your partner about what's happening with you? And if you cannot, you're probably going to be questioning what are you doing in that relationship. It's the same thing in the workplace. We want transparency. We want communication. So we're going to wonder, if you guys aren't telling us at the top what is happening, then why should I work here? Because you're not really telling me what my value is then here. So always keep those lines of communication open. Number 4, you want to recognize and reward your employees. Recognition boosts morale and encourages high performance, point blank, period. We are humans. We love to hear great things about ourselves. We like the pat on the back. We like to give it to ourselves, and we like it when other people give it to us. And a lot of times people's words of love language is words of affirmation. And that's what we want to hear. We want to know that we did a great job. We like recognition. Human beings like to be recognized. So you want to implement regularly schedule where you are acknowledging achievements and contributions, both big and small. This is within your teams and also even company-wide levels. Think about it from your team's small size to maybe regional size to even then at the entire company size. So you always want to continuously show your employees that you appreciate them. And also create formal recognition programs. There are programs that you can easily create that don't need too much thinking. You can also offer rewards, and this could be anything from like adding up points so you can eventually exchange it for maybe gift cards. Any of those are actually meaningful to your employees. At the end of the day, we just want to know that you see us, you heard us, and you're recognizing our value that we bring to the team and what we're doing. Number 5, you want to invest in your employees' development. Providing growth opportunities shows that you value your employees' futures. You want to offer training programs, workshops, opportunities, and so much more for career advancements. And this could even be maybe going outside of the company. They can attend conferences, seminars, workshops, anything that can help them with their continual learning. People want to also work with a company that is investing in them. We want to work with employers who are also not just going to give us a paycheck, our 40-hour, 80-hour paycheck. We also want to work with employers that are going to provide us with the financial support or just that investment of helping us to elevate, to grow our careers. So you want to support continuous learning and professional development. Number 6, you want to promote work-life balance. Now, I get it. Not every role, every job can actually handle this, and that's understandable. But I'm talking to you guys that you can. You office people, typically office jobs are the ones that are more in the work-life balance, right? And this is what I mean with work-life balance on the remote side of things, hybrid. But you can still offer work-life balance for other roles that require being in office all the time. You can offer, if they're working long days, offer more time off. You want to definitely encourage your employees to take their time off. If your employees obtain their PTO, whether they accrue it or they get it in a lump sum or however, don't judge them because they want to take time off. Just allow them to take the time off. And I know sometimes we get a little bit like, oh my gosh, I got so much work to do. And Work is always going to be there. Work will always be there. So you want to implement flexible working hours, maybe those remote work options. You also want to encourage your employees to take breaks during the day, because if you're sitting at a computer all day long, yeah, it's not labor, physical work and activity, but your brain, you're still using your mental a lot, and that's also exhausting. I know, because I sit at a computer every day. And you'd encourage them to utilize their vacation days. A lot of companies nowadays have implemented like a use it or lose it policy around PTO, which is a great way to encourage those employees. Like, hey, you have 10 days, 15 days, whatever of vacation of PTO. And if they're that employee who likes to save it because they like to have a perfect attendance for work, yeah, that employee most likely is burnt out and you don't know it. They are definitely silently dead inside. Number 7, you want to encourage team collaboration and social interaction. Those strong team relationships enhance cooperation and creativity. You want to organize team building activities and social events. It could be anything from like bowling, axe throwing, happy hours, ice cream socials during the day, things outside of work, out of office hours. Anything you can think of that will bring people together. Every office, every team, every company is very different. So you also want to make sure that you're finding activities and events that are going to be exciting and fun for your team. And you want to create those spaces that facilitate collaboration and interactions. Very important, even cross departments. If you have to work with different departments, that's a great way for your employees to feel that, they can build relationships and that social interaction within other teammates. But if not, try to encourage that by having those office events. And even if if you are a virtual team, 100% remote, you can still find ways like virtual sip and pains, virtual bingos, virtual anything, virtual happy hours, just anything that you can do to bring your team together. Number 8, you want to ensure a safe and inclusive environment. This type of workplace is essential for employee satisfaction and retention. You want to implement policies that promote DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I know that DEI right now is like such a buzzword that everyone is saying it and everyone is talking about it. And it just feels like it's one of those words that have been overly used. And there are some people out there who are talking about DEI hires, and DEI hires is very, very real. But you still want to make sure that even if you do have that DEI hire within your company, that you still make them feel safe and included. And by implementing different policies, you're making sure that you're bringing in a diverse pool of talent, of candidates. And you also want to provide training on topics like unconscious bias and harassment prevention. And believe it, we are human. we all have unconscious bias. There's not a human being that does not have unconscious bias. We have to understand what our biases are and how we can uncover them, how we can determine which biases we have, and let's try to work on it so we can make a better workplace. I have heard of different stories where people work in an environment and a team where maybe racist comments are being said, or just anything around family, around children, being a pregnant woman, being a gay person, being so many different things. And some people may not think that this is really causing more harm than not, but it really is. So you also want to make sure that you provide that type of training to employees to make sure that they're not being the ones that are being discriminatory, and also if they are being discriminated against, what policies are there to protect them. Number 9, you want to support employee well-being. Focusing on well-being improves overall health and productivity. You want to offer wellness programs such as fitness challenges, mental health support, and healthy eating options. Create a supportive environment where employees feel comfortable discussing their well-being. It is totally fun when we have like Zumba classes together or there's a fitness challenge. People tend to be very competitive, and just a friendly challenge will get people going. It could be just any old challenge. Find out from your benefits provider what they offer for well-being and mental health and that sort of thing, and you'll find that they actually provide a lot of it for you, and all you have to do is just say yes to certain initiatives that they have. So take advantage of that. And then number 10, you want to solicit and act on employee feedback. So regular feedback helps you understand what's working and what needs improvement. So conducting these employee surveys, you want them to be anonymous. And if they're not anonymous, be honest. Be honest with your company, with your employees, and let them know this is not anonymous, you guys. If you say something, we're going to know it's you. But if it is anonymous, please make sure that it's anonymous. But you want to conduct the employee surveys, and you want to put together focus groups and gather insights. These insights will help you and the focus groups will help you really to come up with different ideas, different initiatives, different things that you can do within the company that will really hype up the whole employee engagement, well-being, and all of that. And also, once you get the feedback, act on the feedback. Communicate the changes or the improvements that were made as a result, because a lot of employees who tend to fill out those employee surveys, they feel as if their feedback goes into deaf ears. They feel that there's nothing that is being done. While that may not be true, there is something being done in the back end, or maybe some things have a roadblock, or some things have been put on standstill on the back burner. But employees don't know this. And the only way that they'll know is by communicating with them. They need communication. They need some sort of acknowledgement of, hey, we've heard you, and this is what we're doing, or this is what we cannot do right now. We got to postpone this for next year, in the next couple of years, but this is a great thought, great idea. So remember that your employees want to be in the loop of things. You're asking for feedback, they're giving it to you, so take it. So overall, remember, building a positive workplace culture is an ongoing process that requires commitment and consistency. By implementing these proven tips, you can create an environment where your employees will feel valued, motivated, and engaged. I hope you found these tips helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe to HR and Career Talks for more insights on creating a thriving workplace. Now, also share in the comments any tips or experience that you have to share, whether if you're the employee or the employer. Tell us about that below. We want to have a community where we can all share experiences and learn from each other. See you guys next time.